Hello everybody and welcome to the Hooked and Happy podcast, my little podcast where I like to talk about everything crochet and knitting wise that has been keeping me hooked and happy over the last 2 to 3 weeks. This time it's been exactly 3 weeks. My name is Jo. I'm a primary school teacher living in Surrey in the southeast of England, where I live with my husband, my 2 grown-up children and my cat Amber and my dog Luna. You can find me in other places on the internet and I'll put up all the details here. I'm on Instagram as jojolu_crochet. I'm on Ravelry as something similar, it's there. I have an email address if you want to contact me about anything. Even if you want to share photos of things that you've been making, I'd love to see those. And yeah, anywhere else that you can find me. I have a Ko-fi account as well, that'll be linked down below. So yeah, welcome. This is episode 10. I'm absolutely thrilled to be recording episode 10. Didn't know how this was going to go, so really happy to still be here for the 10th episode of the podcast. If you are new here, I hope you enjoy what you see. I'll be sharing some whips, probably no finished objects today, or cheating finished. If you've been here before, you probably know what that might be, just parts of my blanket. I'll be showing some whips, some new things, plans for the future, making wise, and a little bit of TV and books and life towards the end. So if you enjoy it, please consider liking and subscribing and commenting if you would like. I would love to have you, so you are more than welcome. And for all those subscribers that have been here before and people who have commented, people who have liked and people who have come back, absolutely welcome back. Thank you so much for supporting this channel and watching again. Particularly at the moment, it's Vlogtober, isn't it, in the YouTube world, in the vlogging world. So there's lots and lots of things to watch. I know I've been struggling to keep up with Vlogtobers. So if you are watching this, then I do appreciate it, because there is so much else to be looking at on YouTube. So I do appreciate you being here. Right, I think that's everything. Shall we get on? I'll just have a slurp of tea and then we'll get going. Okay, so, first, what am I wearing? So I think I showed you this last time. I had just finished it last time. It is my Felix sweater, a pattern by Amy Christophers, and I knit it using Sirdar jewel spun in Aran. I can't remember the colourway. It's something to do with a sunset, but it was the yarn that I got free with a magazine subscription. And yeah, I'm really happy to have used it, happy to be wearing it. It's getting quite fluffy and bobbly because I do wear it a lot. It's so cozy and it's absolutely perfect for sticking on top of my pyjamas when I'm sitting watching TV in the evening. So yeah, it's kind of a bit of a at-home jumper, which is fine. You know, it's free yarn, so I'm happy if it's that kind of thing. But yeah, I'm really happy with it, happy with the way it fits, and happy to have made something wearable that looks all right. Yeah, I'll just show you the length of it. So it just goes to, it's my jeans, so it just sits on my hips really. Yeah, which is good, a little bit of positive ease. Yeah, happy with that. So that is what I'm wearing. Don't have any finished objects today, and out of the 6 whips that I told you about last time, I've only really worked on 4 of them, so I'll only show 4 of those today. I mean, I think 4 is quite a lot to be working on. 6 whips plus a blanket is a bit too many, but I'm quite happy with that. I'll speak a bit more about that later, thinking about plans. But yeah, quite happy with the number of whips I've got going on at the moment. They are certainly keeping me happy, which is great. Okay, so although this is not really a finished object, I'm counting it as a cheating finished, and they are my squares from the Blooming Lovely Blanket Club. So as you know, I am making the succulents cowl blanket, and I'll put the details on the screen. I always forget these details, don't I, every time, so I'll put the details on the screen. So I'm making the succulents cowl blanket. I'm making the 2 squares that are named in the pattern, and I'm going to join them in the same method. I'm not joining in the Cal, as that comes with a Yarn Club subscription, I think, which looks amazing. But I think the colours are all to do with different succulent plants, so I think that blanket will look amazing as well. But yeah, this is pretty similar because it's Suzanne's from Green Lambkin Yarn. It's her blanket club called Bloomin' Lovely. I'll just show you the bag it's in. It's in my lovely Craft House Magic giant bag. So in here, all of my little bags with all my finished squares are in there. Just waiting for the end of the year where they're all finished and I can put them together in a blanket. Right, let me just, so this is August's. I did show you the colours last time, but this is Blooming Lovely Blanket Club, and each month you get 4 20-gram minis, and they are in classic DK. And yeah, each month it's a flower or plant, and this month August's was sunflowers. Oh, there, what's the makeup? So it's 75% merino, 25% nylon. Yeah, and it's on their classic DK base. And oh, these colours are lovely, really, really sunny. So I'll show you the squares that I've made. So there is, I'm doing this solid granny, and I'm doing this kind of starbursty granny. So that was the first colour, lovely sunflower yellow. Then there's this sort of more orangey. I just love the way Suzanne dyes her yarn. There's so many colours in it. There's so much to look at while you're working on it. Makes it really, really enjoyable. I'll show you my favourite one in a minute. I mean, they're all lovely, but yeah, there's always room for a favourite. Actually, I've got 2 favourites. This one is just such a lovely kind of peachy with bits of, I don't know why the best angle is for showing you the colour. It's really tricky. That lovely peachy colour with bits of darker orangey pink in. There's the starburst. And then I think this one's my favourite. I'd love to see this knitted actually, this one. Isn't that lovely? It's got orange, really bright orange. It's kind of on a creamy base, and then it's got oranges. There's a bit of brown in there, a bit of like a red wine colour, yellow, green, all sorts. Lovely, lovely. And there's the starburst. Oh, it's just lovely. It's blooming lovely. Yeah, so they're my 8 squares for August. So yeah, September, October, November, December, only 4 lots to go. I've already received my September colourways. So yeah, only a few months to go, and then I can start thinking about how I'm going to join. Well, I'm going to use the pattern to join them, but I've got to start thinking about what colour I'm going to use to join. I've got quite a lot left of each of the minis. I can't remember how much now, but it's quite a lot, maybe 5 or 6 grams of each. And obviously I'll have quite a lot because I've got 4 this size for each month of the year. So I think I might try and do something knitted with the leftovers, because as I just said, I would love to see that yarn. That's the one the one I really liked, all those colours in it. Yeah, I said I'd love to see that knitted up. So yeah, I might do some knitted project for all the leftovers. But yeah, so that is my cheating finish, because I have finished, and hopefully you noticed that I've sewn in all the ends as well. I actually finished that this morning because I wanted to make sure that was finished for you. And also as I said, the September club has arrived. I think this is the only time where September's had arrived and I hadn't quite finished the month before. So I have now, so I'm ready to go with the next one. Okay, so that is cheating finished. Right, what I've been working on then, let's have a look at the 4 projects that I've been enjoying. Let's see. Right, so the first thing, yeah, it's really strange how your sort of crafting mojo works, isn't it? And things that you want to work on and things you don't want to work on. So the 2 things that I've not picked up at all over the last 3 weeks are my socks and my Stansbury shawl, that I've only got that lace bit to do. I think that's why I've stalled on that, is because that's bit daunting me a little bit, the lace bit, but I will get onto it. But yeah, it's just not been, those have been projects that I've just not fancied picking up, and I've sort of decided to pick up my Vertices Unite and do quite a bit on that. So that's really satisfying. It's a lovely fit. The Vertices Unite is such a nice, relaxing project because it's really quite straightforward, even though it's a modular knit. It's just knitting. It's just knitting back and forth with the odd increase or picking up a stitch to join it with the other module. But yeah, it's really quite relaxing to do, and I'm really enjoying seeing the way all the different, because I've picked such random colours, it's really nice to see how they're all working together in their randomness. Right, while I've been talking, I've been trying to get it out ready to show you. Right, where was I last time? So here it is so far. So you've seen all of that already. And then last time I was here, so I've got this lovely little strawberry stitch marker. So I was here, so I'd done this bit up to here. So since I last saw you, I've finished this lovely section here, which was that Vicky Brown Designs yarn in Horsey Gap. And then I have since completed this section here. I love this section. I used this colour before in the section at the bottom with the yellow, but yeah, I love that on it. I had to change the order of the colours actually, because you label all your colours A, B, C, D and E, and then the pattern tells you which colours to use for which section. But when it came to this section, I think the colour, I can't remember which colour I was expected to use, but it wasn't quite going to work in terms of, I felt like it needed a darker colour up here. It might have been the paler blue, which you can't really see here. But yeah, I felt it like it needed a nice dark colour. So this is Timey Wimey from The Lonely Knitter, Laura at The Lonely Knitter. So Timey Wimey of her Doctor Who themed yarn colours, which looks lovely. I'm really happy with that. And then I've also started this section here, which I love the way this colour's working actually, because it's two colours and it's striped, but the stripe, I don't know if you, can I show you? Oh yeah, there we go. So you can see the stripes there. It's like a strawberry colour. It's Strawberry Moon is the pinky colour, and Corn Moon, I think, was the other colour. Both of those were from my Moons of the Year Sock Club by Suzanne again at Green Lambkin Yarn. But yeah, I love the way they look together, because kind of from a distance it just looks like a sort of peachy colour. So yeah, oh, they look, you can see the stripes a bit there. Yeah, so I'm loving the way the colours are all working together. So what section am I on? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think there's 6 sections altogether. So 5 and 6 are the smallest. So that's quite good. So yeah, that didn't take me very long at all, that section. So that was really, and I think because I'm getting so close to the end now, it's sort of motivating me to keep going. So yeah, I can't get it all on. It's ever so big. It's far bigger than my wingspan, I think. Still all the ends to sew in, still haven't done any of that, but that's okay. There won't be too many really, considering, compared to other things. So yeah, it's going to be amazing. So looking forward to getting some progress on that. These are the two colours, by the way, that make that lovely sort of peachy colour. It's those two together. So that lovely Corn Moon. Again, that really clever colouring that she uses. I just love it. Just love hers. Love her yarn. And this Strawberry Moon with all the greens in it as well. Yeah, it's good. I'm really pleased that I'm using these in this project. Okay, and that, as you've seen before, is living in my George bag, my Highland Cow bag, made by, stitched by Mrs. D, and with that lovely lining. Yeah, lovely. Oh, she's had to put some lovely bags on her Ko-fi shop lately, but you know, I can't get one every time, can I? But I really wished I could. There was some really lovely print. You've got to be quick though with her bags, because almost as soon as she's put them up, you know, they go really, really fast. But yeah, I was a bit gutted to have missed out this time, but you know, as I say, you can't just keep spending money on things, on bags all the time, you don't really need them. But as you know, I've got a birthday coming. I still haven't had my birthday yet. I did mention it last time, but yeah, my birthday is coming up on Friday. It's on the 17th. So today is Saturday the 11th, by the way. I don't think I've ever said what date I'm recording before. This is Saturday the 11th of October. Yeah, my birthday's on Friday the 17th. So maybe another bag is in store for me. Anyway, right, what else have I been working on? Okay, so obviously, not obviously, I don't know why I said that's not obvious at all, but I've got my crochet shawl as well, so another giant shawl project, but this time crochet. So this is my crochet between the lines, and I've definitely made a little bit of headway with this. So not so much as the other one. This is much slower than, normally crochet's quicker, isn't it, than knitting, but actually I feel like this is quite a slow one because it's single crochet, or UK double, US single crochet. So, and it's, you know, it's 4-ply yarn, so it does take a lot longer. But yeah, I have made some progress. So I've done this much. So yeah, I came to the end of this repeat, so I'm back to sort of the beginning of the repeat. It's quite a long repeat. You know, I don't know, about 20 or so rows or something like that. So it's a long repeat. But I think I said before, once you're in the middle of it, the rows are the same every time. It's just different things you need to do at the end to make sure you begin a new, you know, a new section. But yeah, that's my crochet between the lines shawl. So if I just do that, you can, oh, that's a really good view, isn't it? Where you can see the stripes going that way and then that way again. Oh, it's so fun. Yeah. If you like it, do go and see Maddie at House of Langford. Do go and check out hers as well. She's using lovely colours for hers. I like my colours too. I know I keep going on about this, but yeah, if I was going to do it again with my current experience of yarns, I would have chosen a brighter colour. But anyway, let's have a look at the yarn. So the beigey colour is this one. So they're both Scapier's Whirls. It uses 2, so I think you keep going until you've used up the whole thing. So I've still got a lot to go, as you can see. Had a bit of a knot problem that I had to deal with, but I managed to sort it out, and yeah, I've wrapped it around like that. So you can see the colours I've got left to go in there, just very sort of muted caramelly colours. This one's called Caramel Core Blimey. There we go. And that is, now since that yarn bath problem, I put the other one in a little pouch that I bought at the Southern Wool Show from Jo at Pickle Lily, which is perfect. This is perfect actually, it's perfect size, and my yarn is in there. It's got a little popper here where you can feed the yarn through, so it prevents it knotting up, and there's my yarn in there. And this one's called, so this is the slightly more exciting of the two. This is Jumpin' Jaffa Pop. So I'm really looking forward to getting to that orange. But yeah, so you can see I'm on the navy blue at the moment. Still a bit of that to go, and then onto the orange. But yeah, this is brilliant for it. So I'll show you in new things later, because I did order another one, but I ordered one that was too small. So I've ordered another. I'm going to keep the small one as well, because they're such lovely bags. They're so useful. They're so lovely and soft, and they've got lovely soft brushed fabric inside. And yeah, the popper fasteners are just lovely. So yeah, another one of those to keep those two separate in the bag, make it a bit easier to work with. And yeah, so that's my progress on the Between the Lines shawl. I think it's Tammy Canavan Soldat, but hopefully I will have put that on the screen for you already. But yeah, making some reasonable progress with that one. Okay, let's go back to knitting. So my next knitting project is my, oh, what's it called? My brain today. I can tell I'm getting near to 50. I'm losing my words. Okay, so this is the Sabai top. I'm glad I've got some notes. So this is the Sabai top. It'll say on the screen who it's by. And yes, I'm doing quite well here. So last time I've put the marker here, so I can't remember if I'd done this bit and then that bit, or whether I'd just done that bit and hadn't done any of the front yet. Can't remember. But yeah, so I've now done both of the sort of armhole bits, so the increases down for the arm opening on both sides, and now I'm joined in the round. So now it's a matter of going round and round and round, which is lovely. I have tried it on. I'm happy with it. I was really grateful. Somebody gave me a hint. I'm really sorry. I can't remember who it was, but somebody gave me a hint in the comments a few episodes ago about keeping an eye out for the sleeves to make sure they're not too low. So that was, I'm really glad you did that. Thank you so much, because that was something that I kept an eye on. So and actually, as it happened for me, I don't know, this is because of my lack of experience with gauge and how to adjust on with different yarns and things like that. I'm never too sure. I don't really know what I'm doing when it comes to gauge, so I'm just kind of guessing and winging it a little bit. But when it came to, I was about to join according to the pattern and the size that I'd chosen, and it was a little bit tight across the bust, and I wasn't quite happy with where the bottom of the armhole sat, and so I did a little bit more. I did a few more rows of increases, and I've tried it on now since I've joined in the round, and yeah, I'm happy with it. I think it's going to be sort of very, very slightly positive ease, which suits me fine. And yeah, the armholes are fine. So I'm, yeah, really pleased with how that's looking. If I just put the, you can see the texture of the yarn. So it's a, let me show you the yarn. Oh, this is in my lovely velour project bag. It's got a label. No. Oh, but I have got a card inside. Here we go. Crafty Little Pieces. I think she's on Etsy. Yeah, it says Crafty Little Pieces. Yeah, I've got a few of these bags. Right, so the yarn I'm using for this is Rico Creative Lazy Hazy Summer Cotton DK. They're 50-gram balls. And the colour, what's the colourway? Oh, 021. But yeah, it's this lovely sort of beige yarn with a sort of pinks and peachy oranges threaded through it. It's really nice. But yeah, the makeup is 49% cotton, 49% acrylic and 5% polyester, made in Belgium. But yeah, it's lovely. It's really, really soft to hold actually. But yeah, the fabric's coming out. It has a kind of roughness to it, but not rough where it's not going to itch or anything like that. It's soft it's soft at the same time. Isn't that strange? Can't really explain that. It has a texture, but it's soft. It'll be soft to wear. So yeah, I'm really, really pleased with it, and I'm really enjoying seeing how this is working up. I'm sort of really pleased that I've chosen a yarn that's, you know, an unusual yarn for me. Usually I'm kind of looking in my stash and then making something with what I've got already. So it's really nice to actually pick something especially for a project, and this kind of project, and it's gone well. Yeah, I'm really happy with it. Yeah, it's got this really nice texture that goes round, because you don't do this pattern on the armhole separately. You do that as part of the row. So you're doing all the way along and then all the way back again. And then that pattern continues down the side seam. It's just a rib, it's just a net one purl one. But yeah. So that is that. What am I making these on? I haven't been telling you what I'm using. So I'm making these on a 3.5mm needles, circular needles, and my lovely stitch stoppers. I bought these on Amazon. I've got loads of them. They're so good. It's just like a packet of them for not too much money. You know, I have some really lovely stitch stoppers that I've bought separately, but sometimes they can be expensive sometimes. So they were really good. Okay, so that is my third of 4 whips. It's good actually because I've got a real balance of knitting and crochet. Of my whips, I've got two knitting, 2 crochet, plus my crochet blanket. So yeah, I feel very well balanced at the moment with what I'm doing. So my final thing that I've been working on is, what's this called? So it's my crochet shawl that I'm making using the yarn dyed by Ali from Little Drops of Wonderful in combination with Lay Family yarns. So it's on Lay Family yarn base, and it's the Morning Tide shawl by Rachel Beth at RBS Crochet. Yeah, RBS Crochet, Rachel Beth. And here it is. So here is, oh, first of all, here's the yarn. So it's Whimsical Wonderland. So a lovely pinks, bit of neon-y pink, lots of speckles, lovely bits of really dark purple as well. Yeah, really nice. So here's where I got last time I spoke to you. I think this is all I had done. I don't know whether I forgot to move it up a little bit, but anyway, in any case, I have made quite a significant bit of progress on the shawl. So yeah, it is looking, it's got these wavy pattern with some puffs. It's taken me ever such a long time to get the hang of this pattern, and it's not one that's particularly easy to follow actually. I don't know, I'm sure it's me rather than the pattern, but I think just what I'm used to reading, there's a lot of places where you've got on one row you have to skip a stitch but not chain between your stitches, and then a couple of stitches later you have to put a chain between each of your stitches but keep the stitches that you're stitching into close together, and I was finding that really difficult to keep track of. I'm now using the chart, which I don't often use charts for crochet because I quite like instructions, quite like written instructions. You know, in my life I quite like instructions. I like the following. It's one of the things I think that kind of inspired me to crochet in a way, was that kind of following the instructions in a pattern. So yeah, it's quite different for me to be following a chart, but now I think we're off and I feel like I'm actually getting there, and I didn't want to give up because I do really like the pattern. I don't think my edges are perfect. I think it sort of kind of goes, there's a wavy edge, then a pointy edge, then a wavy edge, then a pointy edge. So they're not perfect, but I think it's going to look nice. I think the yarn is lovely, and I think, you know, oh yeah, I think it's going to be really nice. Yeah, that's really good, isn't it? That's going to look good. Yeah, so I'm going to keep going with that. But yeah, the yarn is lovely, and it's so soft, so soft. The Lay Family yarn is so lovely and soft and drapey. Yeah, so that's going to be lovely. So that's my Morning Tide shawl. What am I using for that? I'm using a 3.25 hook. These are the hooks that I'm using at the moment for most of my projects. Actually, I've got these. I think they're Knit Pro. I like them. They are, yeah, seem to be working for me. I've got this Notions pouch in this bag that I'll show you. Very crumply, but got cats all over it. A little tag on the end, and it's from Rosie Retro. I think that's on Etsy as well. But yeah, nice little Notions pouch, dotty in the middle, and I've got tape measure, some stitch markers, scissors, and a bit of hand cream. There we go. Okay, so that is everything that I've been working on over the last 3 weeks. So yeah, I'm quite pleased with my progress. As I say, I'm quite really enjoying dipping in and out of the knitting and the crochet, and you know, having that variety, having some. My knitting projects are quite sort of easy, actually, easy to do, and I think that's probably why I've been staying away from the sock and the lace on my other 2 projects, just because I'm enjoying that easy bit. And also that morning tide shawl is a little bit more complicated. I'm finding that a little bit more complicated. So that's sort of, I've heard a phrase the other day, tickling my brain. Yeah, I quite like that idea. But yeah, that's sort of doing that job for me. So yeah, I'm really happy with how I've been getting on with those. Okay, let me have a bit of a slurp of tea before we talk about new things. Oh, there we go. Right. So new things, really, I've got my club yarn, so that's the kind of main thing of new things. I haven't bought any other yarn. Just bought a couple of other things, but sorry for the rustling. So my first club yarn is my Blue Ferns yarn. As you know, I'm a big fan. So it's interesting actually, because I don't know, those of you who have watched from the beginning, you may or may not, I'm sure you don't remember, I don't know, it's not that interesting, but one of the reasons I was drawn to the Blue Ferns Yarn monthly club, sock club, was because the theme was Greek gods and goddesses, and I mentioned that I was in my previous job, my previous school, I was history leader, and I taught Greeks in year 5, so I'm now in my new school, as you know, and I'm no longer history lead, but we are also teaching Greek gods, ancient Greeks. So it's kind of re-inspired that imagination. So anyway, this month's one is lovely, and this is Demeter. I can't even remember what Demeter was the god of now. As I mentioned, my memory is absolutely terrible at the moment. A bit of perimenopausal brain. Anyway, this one is Demeter, but I just love it because it makes me wonder whether Demeter was something to do with harvest or crops. I don't know if that's true or not. If I can find the image, I'll put it on the screen, or I'll just write underneath. But because the autumnal shades in this just make me think of, you know, is it to do with harvest or something like that? But look at those speckles on the end there. And it's got these lovely coppery tones. Oh, they're all so lovely. And then the tonal mini that goes with it, lovely sort of pale orangey colour. Yeah, Demeter. So yeah, that is lovely. I'm excited to put that with the rest of them now. As you know, I haven't got a plan for them yet, but I keep thinking, you know, I'm always thinking about what I'm going to do with them. And you know, there's a few projects I think that I might use them for. I'm probably not going to use them all in the same thing, apart from maybe the leftovers of other projects. Actually, that's a good idea, isn't it? I'll make a few different projects, and then whatever's left over I can put into one either shawl project or blanket project or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, here is Demeter. Okay, and my next club yarn. Oh, did I say this is on her classic sock base. So it's 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, 425 meters per 100 grams. So that's the details there. But yeah, I would definitely recommend having a look at what she's got on her website. Okay, so the next one is my Blooming Lovely. As I said at the beginning, I've made my August squares, and now my September yarns have arrived. These only arrived the other day, so if you haven't yet, I mean, I'm sure I haven't got enough viewers where anybody will be getting the same club. Do let me know if you're getting any of the same yarn clubs as me. Comment below. I'd be really interested to know and to hear about what you're doing with them, if there is anybody. But anyway, if you haven't yet got your September Blooming Lovely Green Lambkin Yarn Club minis, then look away now. Okay, so here is September's flower. There's always a little bit of a write-up about each one. That's the makeup of it on the back. And here they are. Okay, so let's do them one at a time. Oh, look at that bit there. This is why I like showing you this stuff, because when I do that at home, my family like, yeah, so what? But you know what I mean, don't you, when you see a big blob of colour like that. Look at that one. That one's lovely. And then, oh, this is going to look amazing. That really rich reds and pinky purples. And then, oh, it looks like rhubarb and custard, doesn't it? That is so nice. Okay, so those are the next set of minis for my next squares. Okay, what else have I got that is new? Oh yes, I said I was going to show you the other yarn tub from Pickle Lily. So I said I'd ordered another one. So I ordered this lovely one because this was owls, and there's lots of like teacher references. So bravo, wow, you rock, super cool, school is cool, you did it. But yes, it's just a little bit too small for the Scapia's Whirl. But I straight away ordered another one in the right size because I really want one, but I'm not sending this back because you know, I love it and I'll be using it for something else, I'm sure. They're so well made, they're lovely and soft. Here is a lovely little card that came with it, and a lovely little stitch marker, Art Maths Reading, with an apple on the top. So I love that, of course. Right, lovely little poppers, that satisfying sound. There, lovely. Okay, what else have I got that's new? What was I going to show? Oh yes, this is what I was going to show you. So my friend Flo, hi Flo if you're watching, she's the one that got me into crocheting in the first place, if you remember me explaining in my first episode. And she sews as well. She knits and crochets, mainly crochets, but she's getting a bit more into knitting, and she sews as well, which I don't. And I asked if she wouldn't mind making me a case for my Swift. So I have a wooden Swift, and it was in its box, and I keep getting it in and out of the box, and the box is getting more and more damaged. And so she's made me a lovely, just the right size little sack for, there we go, there's the bits for the Swift to go in. It's almost, I think the measurement, I gave her the measurements of the box that it was in, and she, yeah, so she's made me that to keep that in. So that makes it look much, much nicer than it being in the grotty old box. So I'm very happy with that. So thank you very much, Flo, for making that for me. Not something that I can do. So other new things, I've got 2 new patterns that I have bought and downloaded, which I just couldn't resist. As you know, I've got lots of things in mind that I haven't started yet, but these caught my eye and I couldn't resist them. So the first one was, of course, Shannon from Blue Ferns Yarn. So she was showing in her Instagram her new design, and I just couldn't not buy it. It's called the Mixed Media Shawl, and you know, I'll put a colour picture up as well because I've only printed it out in black and white, but it mixed media, so it's crochet and knitting. So the middle bit, the middle triangle, is crochet, and then you knit the bit, the sort of border around it. And I thought how brilliant to put the two, bring the two together and do some crochet and knitting together. So yeah, that really took my fancy. So I bought that one. I think when it first came out, it was reduced, and I got that straight away. And then the second one was, again, this was on her Instagram. It was on a sale, and I took advantage of that, and it's Under the Olive Tree. She's got loads of, I saw her at Southern Wool Show actually, and she had loads of lovely samples on her stall, and I can't remember if I saw this one there, but I've definitely been seeing it around on Instagram, and it's called Coffee Date Shawl. Coffee Date Shawl, your perfect companion for those cozy coffee shop moments. And it uses a full skein of sock yarn and a contrasting 20-gram mini. So I really like patterns that are designed for sock sets, because as you know, I've got so many. So maybe this is maybe one of the Blue Fern Yarn skeins will be used in that. So yeah, that's a knitted pattern, but looks like, I mean, hopefully you will have seen a colour picture as well that shows the stitch pattern in a bit more detail. But yeah, so I bought that pattern as well, as that was on sale. Okay, so yeah, as I said, I've still not cast on anything new. I'm sticking with 6 whips at the moment. They seem to be keeping me happy at the moment, which is great. I'm enjoying them. I've got plenty of project bags over in the corner of the room over there. I've got some project bags made up ready for the next next projects on the list. So if I do ever fancy starting something new, I've got things ready and waiting to just grab if I want to. I've got that John shawl. I think I've got another sock waiting to be cast on. Yeah. Oh, what's that? What's the other shawl I was talking about? It's a crochet one that Emily from Emily Makes was made. Oh, flat iron shawl. So that's another pattern that I've got ready, and now I've got those two. So I've got plenty of plans if I suddenly feel the urge to start something new. But I think my focus is going to be my Sabai top, because that's, I'm going round and round, so that should, you know, I should get that finished fairly soon, and possibly my Vertices Unite, because, you know, I'm so close now with those last couple of sections to go that aren't, you know, the biggest sections are past. So yeah, so I think those are probably the two that I'm going to focus on. Okay, I just wanted to mention a couple of podcasts that I have been enjoying lately, and also some thank yous, because I've had a couple of mentions, which is so exciting. So first one is Judy from Curly Top Makes. Hi Judy, if you're watching. She's got a lovely podcast that I've just started. She's only just started as well. We're on similar episodes. I'm not sure how often, I can't remember how often she does hers though, so I don't know whether she'll take over in speed, because mine are every 3 weeks. I don't know if she does hers with shorter gap, I don't know, but it's lovely. She runs a pub, so she sort of grabs a little bit of time in between you know, the long hours that they have to do it. Running a pub, couldn't do it myself. But yeah, such long hours, but she grabs little bits of time to record her videos, and they're so lovely. She's so friendly and funny, and yeah, it's really nice. It's a lovely relaxing friendly podcast to watch. So yeah, do go and give her a watch. Yeah, and enjoy, and thank you very much for mentioning me. It's really kind. It was a real surprise as well, because she didn't tag me in the bottom, so I didn't know. I just happened to be watching her, and yeah, my name came up, which was so lovely. And now I can't remember, did I mention this one last time? Let me just check. I don't think I did, but Natasha from Hooks and Stitches, she's mentioned me in her podcast as well. But yeah, similar thing. Yeah, I didn't know she was going to do that, and I was watching anyway. So yeah, so Natasha from Hooks and Stitches. Hello Natasha, if you're watching as well. Yeah, go and give her a watch. She does a lot of crochet mainly. Yeah, lots of sort of blankets, and she's doing some squares for a blanket project and things like that. Yeah, so go and give her a watch. And finally, the Knitting Forecast, Sarah, the Knitting Forecast. I've discovered her fairly recently, and I'm really enjoying her podcast actually. She's from Liverpool, and yeah, she does a lot of knitting. I think she does some crochet as well. Yeah, I think she does. Can't remember now, but yeah, she's really nice to listen to, and makes some really nice projects. Yeah, she's got a nice eye for colour and things like that. I like her style, the style of things that she's making. She's really inspiring too. Knits a lot of socks, and some garments and things like that. But yeah, so go and give her a watch too. Right. Oh, and of course Vlogtobers. There's so many Vlogtobers. I've written down all the ones that I'm trying to keep up with, but there's just not enough hours in the day, is there? I've been watching Maddie at the House of Langford, watching her Vlogmas. Memily Makes, Emily, she's doing it. Little Drops of Wonderful, of course, Ali. Stitched by Mrs. D. She's doing Vlogtober as well. Did I say Vlogtober before? I didn't say Vlogmas, did I, by accident? Anyway, Vlogtober. So where they're vlogging every day in October. Throughout the October spooky season. And yeah, they often showing their projects. So I'm really enjoying those at the moment. But as I say, there are so many to watch. It's really hard to keep up, so quite behind. But that's okay, isn't it? Doesn't matter. On TV, my husband and I were watching Peaky Blinders at the moment. That's the latest one. I think he's on a mission to get me to watch all the things that he likes, because he's watched it before and he's watching it again, so that I can watch it. It's okay. It's not really my thing, but it's all right. It's I feel like I can watch anything at the moment. I don't know. I feel like I'm in that mood and TV where any series really, whether it's funny or a drama, anything really. What I really like are those things like Harlan Coben, those series. Those are the kind of thing that I normally like to watch. Anyway, I'm enjoying that. We haven't started watching Traitors yet, Celebrity Traitors, and we must start getting the first couple of episodes, because there's been a few episodes already. I think some people have already been kicked out or whatever it's voted out. So yeah, we really must get into that. Maybe we'll start watching that this evening. I'm not sure. Reading, I have finished Pride and Prejudice, which was good. Yeah, I enjoyed it. Knew the story already, but yeah, enjoyed listening to that. That's on my walk to and from work and on my dog walks. And now I'm listening to The Lives of Puppets by T.J. Klune. As you know, I've talked about some of his books before, which are sort of fantasy, alternative reality. It's about The Lives of Puppets. It's a world where humans have become extinct, and robots, mechanical and robotic creatures are the main living things on the planet. Apart from there's one remaining human. And it's just a bit like House on the Cerulean Sea, really. Sometimes you feel like you're reading or listening to a child's book, but it's definitely not, because there's definitely adult themes in it. But it's fun. It's kind of easy listening. I said before that on my walk to work, a lot of things are often going through my mind about work or about what's coming up, or so I'm finding that kind of book is nice and easy to listen to, because I haven't got to think too much and haven't got to, if my mind wanders off for a couple of minutes, I'm all right. I still know where we are in the story. So yeah, I'm enjoying that. Some really fun characters. The narrator is the same narrator that was doing The House on the Cerulean Sea, which is a bit strange, because he's using some voices that he used for the characters in that. So it does confuse me sometimes when I keep thinking, hang on, what am I reading? Which book am I reading? But nevertheless, I'm enjoying it. Physical books, I've finished 2 books. So I finished Miss Benson's Beetle, which I was reading last time we spoke. And I really enjoyed that. That was really good. I gave it 4 stars. I enjoyed it. It was a good story. 1950s, a woman and her female companion, and they're 2 totally different characters, and they head off on an adventure to to search for a creature that's never been discovered before. They believe it exists, but it's a beetle, gold beetle, I think it is, and they go off. I mean, it's not really about the beetle. It's about the friendship and their experience together. Yeah, that was good. I enjoyed that. It was nice. And I also read, I've got that one here actually, I also read Miss Iceland. So here it is, Miss Iceland. It's only a smaller book. Yeah, this was okay. I gave it 3 stars. So it was, you know, I mean, I read it to the end. The dog is trying to manoeuvre herself through. I think she's just wobbled the camera. Trying to manoeuvre herself through everything. There we go. You can see the shadow of her there on the side. Sorry about that. Yeah, this is about a character, Hecla. I think this is translated. Was it written in, yeah, Icelandic? So yeah, it's translated. And yeah, the main character, Hecla, it's 1960s, and she wants to be a writer, but it's in a period of time in Iceland where females are not successful writers. It's also a time when it's a male-dominated conservative world. That's what the blurb tells us. And she and her friend, who's a gay man, he's also struggles to get by at that period of time as well. And they've got, so it's about their friendship, about her struggles with getting her writing published. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't gripped, but it was quite an interesting story, so that's why I gave it 3 stars. So I haven't started a new book, literally finished it last night. So I haven't started anything new yet. So tonight is new book night, which is exciting. Yeah, Saturday night. What am I excited about? Choosing a new book to read. So yeah, that's exciting. So I don't know what I'm going to choose yet. We will see. So yeah, life, as I said, my birthday, 50th birthday is at the end of this week. It's on Friday. So yeah, last night I had my first unexpected celebration for my birthday. I went out for dinner with some friends, some colleagues, some from my current work and a couple from my old work, my previous work, a group of us that are all friends together. And yeah, they surprised me by, when I got to the place where we were meeting for dinner, they had a big gold 50 balloon, inflatable balloon behind my chair, and the waiting staff came out with a cake at the end of the meal as well. So yeah, that was really lovely. Felt really spoilt by my friends, and that was a surprise. So yeah, celebrations have begun. Yeah, having a bit of a celebration next Saturday. We're down in our local pub. We've got a band and a few, some friends joining us. Nothing fancy, just a bit of fun, a bit of a chance to get together and celebrate my birthday. And then celebrations continue when it's half term. So we've got 2 weeks left till half term. Can't believe how fast this half term has gone. And then my husband and I are going to London for a couple of nights to see, we're going to see Moulin Rouge. We're going to go to a restaurant that I've wanted to go to. I'm wondering if I might be able to sneak in a visit to Loop, London. I've never been there before. So tell me below if you've been and you would recommend going. So yeah, I might see if I can persuade my husband to let us go and have a look around there. And yeah, so anyway, you'll find out if I've been there, because I will tell you all about it next time. So as I said at the beginning, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being here and keeping me company and sharing all the things that have been keeping me hooked and happy for the last couple of weeks. Please do like and subscribe if you can. It would really help me out. I'd really like the channel to continue to grow. So if you could help me do that, that would be amazing. And yeah, thank you for being here, and I'll see you all next time. Take care. Bye bye.